the first thing that you get is the common dashboard. That's what you get most of your employees if they have access, or your administrators if they have access. Just a quick note, you can always tell which are kind of employee services versus administrator services you can do a filter here by saying my services or admin. And basically any of the services and features that have that my in front of it are generally employee features, and that comes with a employee profile for the most part, kind of our default profile. So the apps that are all located in kind of our app gallery, and that's really almost everything's under the software button. So if you click on support and then software, it'll take you into our application gallery. And this shows you all the different applications that you can integrate with and use and extend the platform to. So I'll go through a couple of them. There's a bunch of what we call connectors. And so these a Google click-to-call connector, a connector for Chrome, one for Microsoft products for Office 365. If you use any CRMs like Dynamics or any of the more common web CRMs, you can use this. Here's a dedicated connector for for Microsoft Dynamics 365. And then you get into some of the other applications that might be useful for you. Some of these on the top do have a fee associated with them. There's the Get It Now button and a Quick Start Guides under each one of them, and you can talk with your sales representative, or you can actually go up right to the top of the page here and have a quick chat with somebody if you want to add it to your account. Very easy to do. A lot of times you can add it right on the system. Some of the apps below we're going to talk about are actually free apps. So we have the My OfficeSuite desktop, and as well as the My OfficeSuite for Android and iOS. And I was going to show you those first. So what we've done is we've taken basically the My OfficeSuite experience that you see, that we're on now, and really made it much, much better for a desktop user. So you don't have to have the web browser open. So the first one I'm going to show you is, this is my instance of the desktop client. And so what you can see here is I've got favorite coworkers. These are people on my team and I work with on a regular basis. And I can look at them and very quickly, I can add a star, I can have a chat, and I can even click to call. So if I want to click to call somebody, it's going to ask me, which phone would you like to ring? And then I can actually ring that phone immediately. Now Christy's on a call, so I can't call her at the moment. This same product actually exists for the Android and iOS apps as well. And so I was going to show you that as well. Let me stop sharing for a second. I'm going to share from my phone. And so if I go over to my phone, I'm going to share my screen with you guys here. And now you're going to look at my Android phone. And so I've got this same app on my Android device here. So I can launch this device, this app, and I can click in. And now you see that I've got basically that same interface that we were just looking at on the desktop on my mobile app. And so again, I can chat, I can click to call, I can see if somebody's on the phone or busy, all from my app. And so that exists on iOS, Android, as well as the desktop. And so what's really cool is you can come in here, and if you forgot, I've got to call somebody, and they're not in my favorites, I can look them up, and I can immediately have a chat or ring their phone. You can even have personal contacts in here. So I've loaded my personal contacts. You can search for those. Another great feature are groups. And groups are a great way to have a discussion about a specific topic. So you can see here that we have the My OfficeSuite Geek Squad, and it's a group chat. So that's an interesting way to do things. We have the public relations team, all sorts of different types of groups in there. And that's really a great way to gather on a topic and to have kind of a stream of conversation. And so inside of this app, all sorts of stuff you can do as an employee as well. So you can, if you have email services with us, you can check your email right up here. If you have, hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Back into the My OfficeSuite app. If you have, you can turn on your Do Not Disturb button, which is really great. You can toggle that on and off. Allows you to send calls to a designated place like your voicemail. You can check in on your call groups. You can change your call forwarding. This is a great feature. So if you've left the office and you want to forward your calls, very, very easy to change. This used to be called our call handling. So after 3 rings, forward to what? You could forward to your voicemail. You could forward to another extension, an auto attendant. And again, all of this is from my smartphone that I'm doing. So this is the great thing about this app. The app is almost identical on the desktop and all your mobile devices, so either way you want to do it. Call twinning is a great feature that sends a call to your desk phone and to your cell phone at the same time. And you can even admin your different voicemail settings, your soft phones, and even launch HD meetings, which we're on now. One of the great things about this too is you can get into the company settings. So as an admin, this is only available for admins. I am an admin on our account. If you run into any issues like an office closure, you can come right into here and hit that Enable All Emergency Overrides button. And what that does is that sends those calls to a predetermined destination, predetermined phone number, or additional branch. You could send calls basically by line or by phone number to another location. So with a single click of this button, which I'm not going to click because I think a whole lot of people would be mad at me, you can turn that Enable Overrides on, and that's going to send your calls to a different location. And then you can also disable it. So if you've got a snow emergency, a power outage, anything like that, you can come in from your cell phone and click that Enable All Overrides button, and you're off and running. So let me see here. There we go. I'll go back to the home screen here. So as you can see, I'm going to switch again back to the desktop here. As you can see, this is a great app for all your employees and your administrators to have, right? And so here's again that app. And we were going to call Christy to say, do you want to call from my office or sales conference room? I'm logged into 2 different phones. And if I were logged into our soft phone, which I can show you in a minute, it would also give me that option. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to ring my phone and it's going to ring the other person's phone at the same time. So those are the My OfficeSuite desktop apps. And there's 3 here. There's your desktop for Mac or Windows. There's Android and iOS. This is another connector, the OfficeSuite Skype for Business, that integrates OfficeSuite into Skype if you have Skype. And we're one of the few providers, if not the only provider, that actually brings the call presence, so whether you're on the phone or not, into the Skype client. And so it allows you to make and receive calls right from the Skype client. You can't receive a call in Skype, but it'll show you if you're on the phone. You can launch calls from Skype. We also have the OfficeSuite PC console. This is really for anybody who is responsible for managing large teams. So if you have a large group of employees, maybe you're a receptionist or you're in some sort of sales environment or a call center environment, you might use this as a desktop, basically a desktop phone that allows you to manage up to 400 employees and be able to send and receive calls through that. And again, I think there's an added expense for that, but you can order that online. Again, we have the Salesforce integration. That's another connector, and this is available for Chrome and I think Firefox, as well as the Internet Explorer. So if you're a Salesforce user, this is a really great and powerful tool to integrate your calls into your transaction activity in Salesforce. So whether you use it for your Salesforce, for your sales team, or for customer service, now you'll be able to see when calls come in, who they come into, all within Salesforce. And so that is a really powerful application if you're a Salesforce customer as well. This is, again, here are the HD meeting apps. So the tool we're using today to have this meeting is HD meeting. And so you can get all the various applications here. So you've got a desktop, you've got for Mac, you've got it for Android and iOS again. And that's what I was using to show off the other tool. We also have a plugin for Outlook for HD meeting, which is very, very handy. This integrates right within Outlook, so that when you're creating a meeting in Outlook, you can add HD meeting credentials to it. I use it all the time. It saves your life on having to copy and paste any meeting information. And so then we get into our SoftPhone. So obviously a SoftPhone allows you to make and receive calls from a different device, different than a desk phone. So we have them for PC, for Windows PCs and Macintosh PCs, as well as Android and iOS. And so I can actually show you that. I'll show you the load up screen here. I'm going to go into my SoftPhone and I'll launch that. You'll actually see the startup screen. So I'm going to log in with my OfficeSuite user credentials, so my normal user credentials. I'll hit log in. And it's going to ask you a question to make sure that you're in the same location that you were the last time. And this is for 911. I think I may be using too much bandwidth to get this going right now. But I can show you on the Android client too. So it's going to ask you some questions about 911. Oh, there we go. To make sure that you're in the same location. This is really for the protection of whoever's using it. So if you were to dial 911 from your laptop, we would know where you are. And so do you wish to update your US street address? I'm going to click no. If you did, you can just go update it and go on from there. But now you can see that we're going to load up the SoftPhone, and now I can make and receive calls from my PC from anywhere in the world. It'll come up here in a second. And as you saw before, here it is. So now I've got my presence availability as well as my account information. I can even get voicemail on here. So if I wanted to dial out, I can do that right from here. And you do have your call history and favorites and contacts and all of that information as well. So this allows you to make calls right from your PC. You can use your built-in headset and speakers if you want. I do recommend getting a headset that generally works better than using the speakers and the microphone in your laptop. Also gives you a little bit of privacy. So all of that's available to you. Now I can I'll switch over to my smartphone again, and I'll show you what it looks like on your smartphone. So again, here's the app. Load it up here. And as you can see, we've got, a SoftPhone app there, right? So I'm going to go ahead and launch that. And it's going to ask me again, looks very similar. It's going to ask me for my username and password, and I'm going to just log in. And now, once this is up and running, I'm able to make and receive calls from my smartphone as if I were on my desk phone. So it doesn't know where I am. It doesn't matter where I am. Instead of using my desk phone, if I'm out and I don't want somebody to know my phone number, my personal cell phone number, I can use this. And so it uses your same calling plan and everything. You get unlimited calls. A lot of people ask does this use the Wi-Fi or your 4G network? It works on both, so whatever you're connected to. Generally speaking, the better the connection, the better the quality. So if you are in a hotel and can log on to the Wi-Fi, sometimes that's better. Sometimes it's not if it's a busy hotel, so you might want to use the 4G network. I've got 4G up here, so I'd probably use that. I've got 3 bars of 4G. And again, works just like your regular desk phone. So if I were to dial an extension, like 3210, that's going to make basically an extension-to-extension call. If I use 91 and dial a number, call myself, that's going to go ahead and launch a call. Okay? Very, very easy to do. This is really a great tool for anybody that's a mobile warrior or an executive that uses their personal cell phone a lot. Great tool, and you don't have any upcharges in your minutes of use. It works on international, and same thing, contacts and history, and then all your preferences there. So that's the SoftPhone app. I'll go back to the My OfficeSuite platform here. And then if you're a dentist and use a Dentrix G5 or G6 CRM platform, we integrate with that as well. So this is specific to the dental industry. We integrate with an industry platform. It's basically like a Salesforce for dentists. But if you use that platform, we integrate with that. So again, all of these applications are right under support, and software, and so you can go there and get those. And again, if you don't have it, you can click the Get It Now button and download the app. You will need to have a license for this, so you do need to purchase the license in advance, and then it'll work on your account. And again, the My OfficeSuite desktop apps, these are really great. So now, actually, if we go in to call somebody, it's gonna look to see what phones we're on, and now you see there are two different phones here. So my office here in King of Prussia, sales conference room I'm still logged into, and then my Android and Windows SoftPhone. So if I click that, it'll actually it'll call me directly, and then I can answer the call, and then it'll call Christy, who I had called earlier. So great tool. We use this a lot internally. If you want to, you can use it. It's great just as a personal directory. If you forget somebody's phone number, you can say, I want to call Bill. You can look up all the bills in the company, and maybe you even forget which bill it is. Oh, I wanted to call Bill Lebo, and I can click to call and then launch it right from there. Very easy. You do have your call history as well as access to your voicemail. Now, I don't have any voicemail in here because I don't save my voicemail. I get that voicemail emailed to me, so I don't have any messages in here. And then you have chats. Then you even have ability to start an HD meeting, which we're on now, or go ahead and launch a call right from here as well. It's kind of like a dialer, just it'll launch a call to whatever phone you're on. So that's the My OfficeSuite app. I definitely encourage everybody to go download this, give it to all of your employees. If nothing else, it's free, and it comes with chat, so free company-wide secure chat. So everything's encrypted on our chats. The transmission and the storage of chats is always secure. So if I want to call Koshik, I could come in here and do that. So all of this is available, again, to free to you guys as a OfficeSuite customer, and the My OfficeSuite desktop apps are right here. And you can also find them in the stores. If you click on the Get It Now button, it would take you off to the iOS store and allow you to go get that app. At this point, I don't have any more apps to share. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about any of the apps that we showed off, or about anything else in general about OfficeSuite or the My OfficeSuite platform. So if you have a question and don't mind being here, having your voice recorded, then feel free to ask, or you can put it into the chat, which is either at the bottom or top of your screen, depending on how you have your screen set up. So feel free to ask any questions that you have. Oh, one other thing I did want to show you while I'm working on any questions. Inside of the My OfficeSuite platform, I'll show you. Share my screen again. Is a, well, first of all, shortcut to the app gallery where we just were, but under support, you can always click the Get Help button. And what this is a link directly to a help page that gives you the best of our community, kind of the most recent questions from our OfficeSuite community, as well as different guides. So this is where all our guides live. You have the employee guide and admin guide, which are both great resources for your employees or admins. And this really teaches you how to use the system. It takes you right into user guide, so you can download it and open it up. This guide came with your phone, so if you have those handy, this is the exact same guide, depending on when you bought your phone, but it's got a quick start guide to show you kind of how to use the system, how to do the basic things, and then once you get into it, it actually gets into pretty detailed information about how to do things. So very useful. The other thing is there's a couple of different tours here that allow you to kind of walk around the platform and see how it works. So a lot of good information here. If you want to click directly into our community, you can do that as well. The OfficeSuite community is full of questions and answers about the product and how to put it to use. So if you wanted to learn about iPhone, using it with your iPhone, here are all the questions about iPhone. Where do I download the apps? How can I get voicemail? All the different types of questions that might relate to your iPhone. A lot of answers already in the platform. So feel free to use this as often as you like. It is a free resource as well. It doesn't look like I got any questions. Let me just double check the chat. doesn't look like we did. So I appreciate everybody joining today. Again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to use our chat up at the top. You can always call into service, or you can actually email into service as well. So make sure you can get in contact with us if you do have any questions. So with that, I'm going to sign off and thank you guys for joining us. And if you have any questions, reach out to the contact us page. Thanks all.